day 4 of our Plan With Me series, and we are still getting ready for our middle school classrooms. And so we're in prep mode. We are doing the things that we need to do before we even start planning. So if you missed the other videos where I talk about your pacing guide and your standards and your routines and procedures, you can go check those out. There's lots of freebies to go with it too. And today we're going to look at what we have to teach and then the time blocks that we have to teach it, and we're going to divide everything up. I'm going to give you some suggestions of what you can do with a 45-minute block, a 60-minute block, and then if you live in heaven, a 90-minute block. So let's get started. If you see something you like, make sure you screenshot it while I'm talking about it so you can have it for your classroom. If you're like me and you're in the 45-50-minute range, then this is what I have found that works best for me. So for these types of classes, what I do is I split it into 2-day blocks, and then I make my 5th day for quizzes or independent work or small group. So for example, they have 4 minutes to come in and do the agenda slide, important information. And then because I can't do a traditional bell ringer because my lack of time, I turn my vocabulary into my bell ringer. So I do vocabulary one week and then I alternate it with grammar the next week because again, we're out of time and we spend 10 minutes on that each day. And then for 12 minutes on day 1, I do like a content mini lesson where I'm teaching them something like theme or arguments and claims, something like that, where I'm teaching them the standard, and then we read, and then we pack up. The reading that we do is related to what they learned in the content mini lesson. So if we're reading a story and it's about theme, we're going to be picking out things like the character struggles and what they're learning, that kind of thing. So that's what we do in the reading block. And then on day 2, the same thing at the beginning, agenda slide, information slide, the bell ringer, whatever I'm doing. We're probably finishing up our reading because if we're doing a short story or whatever, then we need to read, or if we're reading our book, we need to read the next chapter. And then we're going to spend 20 minutes applying it. So they apply what they learned in the content mini lesson to the reading. So this might be like a standards-based question, it might be an activity, but it's all related to the standard and what they're reading and picking out that standard in the reading, if that makes sense. If I had a 60-minute class, I would do everything the same. I would work in 2-day blocks, except for this time I would add in a bell ringer. And so it could be question of the day, it could be standards-based bell ringers, it could be question writing, whatever you want your bell ringer to be. I would just do one and I would do it in that 10 minutes. So that way you have a 10-minute block for bell ringer, and then right after that you'll have a 10-minute block for vocabulary. That's what I would do if I had 60 minutes. Finally, if you have the glorious 90-minute classes, I had this one time before and I love chef's kiss. Oh, loved 90-minute classes. So if you have this, then you can do all the things in one day, right? Agenda, important information, bell ringer, vocabulary. You can do your content mini lesson. You can read and then you can apply and then you can pack up every single day. You're so lucky. The application right after the reading, right after the content mini lesson really stacked well together and I loved it. So lucky. So if you have this, enjoy it. Love it. Consider yourself blessed. I've really found that segmenting my day like that really helps with their attention span. So going from one thing to the next in like short little blocks really helps them stay focused and engaged in class. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And then if you're not ready for this, that's cool. You can press the save button, you can press the follow button, and that'll pop up on your For You page randomly with lesson ideas, with activities for your classroom.